Good morning. So I don't really have anything formal planned. I did go through some of my pages trying to look for some inspiration. And by pages, I just mean anything that I've pulled out of a magazine or anything that's laying around on my desk. So you'll see, I'll show you a still photo of like some things that I pulled. To look at, and I did pull this lady, and I fussy cut most of her. I'm just seeing that I didn't fine tune it. So I'm going to use her. I have to finish cutting her hand out. I had this pulled just for the pattern, and so one thing that I'm noticing these days is I'm kind of drawn to this ochre, yellow, golden colors. And then the other thing is I tend to like large pictures, which don't lend itself well to this type of project. So I'm going to have to frame her and maybe cut her elbow off. And yeah, so maybe I'll do this. Let me get rid of this part. And I'm feeling underneath to see where the book is. All right. So it's going to be like that. I did have this as a kind of complementary color, and this, which was just some mark making that I did. So I'm not sure if I'm going to use either of those. And I don't know what she's looking at. I have these horses. It's actually a reflection. But I kind of like them. They're watery looking. So, I don't know, maybe she's daydreaming? I don't know yet. It hasn't come to me yet. So I'm going to finish fussy cutting her, and I'm going to cut these horses out. Hello, I'm back. I went out to work and I didn't feel well, and I came home and got under the covers and didn't do anything. And now I think that maybe it's just going to be a little dark for crafting. But so now in setting this up, I'm thinking that I want the focal point of this to, you know, kind of end at her head, which means this is going to be short, but I think that's going to turn out all right. So let's do this. Let's say we're going to rip it here. And then put her here. And then I could actually and then maybe tack some on here, or just move her over a little. I'm going to cut this a little bit though so that it's not a straight line. So let me do that and get that down, and we can keep moving. I shouldn't say I don't want a straight line. I should say I don't want a smooth line. Maybe. Excuse me. So I'm going to hold this down like this. Yep. So it's not entirely a rough cut, but it's not smooth like a scissor cut it, if you will. See if I have that right. Yeah. Okay. You know what? I think I will glue on here, and I won't have to worry about the shape. Oh, I had it wrong. Okay, and then like this. Now I'm just tilting it in the light so I can see if I have any huge gaps. All right. And then we want maybe I've been watching people with their January, their junk journal January, and I'm getting tempted. I'm getting tempted. I think that's something that happens to me when, like, I'm ready to be done with my December project. And I mean, my channel is called My Scattered Brain for a reason. And I think that, like, a January project is almost like a distraction from finishing up December. So I wanted to make sure that the white edge wasn't showing. All right, let's get just a piece of paper so I can smooth her down without scratching her up. Let's see, am I staying in focus without too much glare? Yeah. So I'm going to trim some of this from behind. I don't want to trim the fabric from this page, so I'm not going to get too close. Just get the general parameters. There we go. She's got a little bit of bubbling. So let's see. What is she doing? Now, it would be a miracle if I find those little horses I cut out. Right? Oh, it's just them. All right. Let's see if I can. I'm looking to see if there's anything about horses. I did see, I did have a few pages inside, and, there's a lot of them. Not really sure what else I have. I think I had a house. Let's see. I had that. I'm going to save that, I think, for something else. That was it. That was it. That was it. Okay. And where are the horses? Here they are. Okay. All right, now what I was doing was I was looking for something about horses, but here's my darling house. That's actually, I don't know if that's the Roanoke White House. I'm gonna take a quick look through. How about this one? In days of old, a maiden wept for a hero bold, her gallant knight in the days of old, who rode to meet the foe. Alone she sat in her sorrow, in grief and tearful sorrow, lamenting and pale with woe. That might be pretty cool. Let's see. Castles in the sand. Yeah, this has tides and stuff. So, let's do this. Yeah, and then I think I'm gonna okay, let's see. We want the horsies here. Okay. Hello. What you doing?
Just giving the cat a piece of turkey.
Okay.
I think
He's around. Cold out though. You won't be surprised if he's hunkered down somewhere.
here he comes.
Yeah.
Got to wait and see.
Oop. Do this. I like to do it this way. Alrighty. Now, I don't even know if this straight line was the bottom of a page. It probably wasn't. It was probably just where I had cut it previously. Usually I would want that to be a little more rustic. So maybe what I'll do is I'll put it down and then I'll put another strip of land under it or over it. Maybe I can find some seagrass that I can rip up. I don't usually like to bridge the crease either, but I might just let it be, and if it crumbles, it crumbles. I do want to show you a couple of things. You know, I was looking at different fabrics. I don't think I want to use any of this, but you know, it's those colors. I could maybe use bits and pieces. This is another piece of fabric. It's got a nice sheen to it. And then some lace, but I always feel like the lace is too bulky. Let's see, maybe that. Yeah. Okay, we need something here. Maybe Okay. Now I'm going to trim this. Okay, so right now I don't really have anything that bridges these two. Other than it looks like she could be looking at horses. I'm just like wondering how to indicate like this might be a memory of hers. Welcome home. I'm going to put that down there. Alrighty. Now what I want to do, I want to get a little watercolor going. I think. I still kind of like this. Maybe like... Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of watercolor, maybe some other stuff. So I want to tone down the white of this. And I might do watercolor, but I might just do the pastels and activate them with water. We'll see. I also want to paint the house, even though it's a lighthouse. You know what, let me do this. See, it's glossy. I'll see what happens. I'm just going to go around this in blue, so it's like the sky. And kind of let it maybe bleed out onto the page a little bit. So let me see what happens if I get that a little wet. Let's see. Do all of that. See, that feels kind of soggy now. That's because it's the magazine page. All right. All right, let's see, that's really not, it's really not applying itself. Neither is that. We are not going to do that then. All right. Now, one thing is if I had maybe laid this stuff down with matte medium, might have taken away some of the glossiness and enabled the pencil to take. And then over here, let's do because it matches her sash. Right, and maybe we'll do a little that over there. All right, now. I always like to use this. Okay. It's too watery. Too watery. I shouldn't have dumped it in the water, but I was rinsing it. So now I'm just going back over it. And now the black is like gliding. Okay, let me try and take some of that off, put some of this on. All right, so let's see here what we can do. Why don't we do all right. I don't know. I'm just making it up. Okay. All right. Right. It's very windy out. No idea if you can hear that or not, but it is. And I'm in a little 3-season room, if you will. So the wind is like right there. Still have brown in it. All right, let's see. If you can pull a little more of this blowout. So now I feel like I want something here because this is random. So let's see what I have. I don't like any of those. Let's see. I think I will make use of this. And then maybe now let me do this. I don't know where home is. There it is. Oh. And that is too bright. Okay, I'm going to clean it up. Clean up the edges and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, she's all done. A couple things I did. You might be able to see. I went over the gold parts of her shawl with some of this. I used a little bit of brilliance throughout. I went over some of the back. Went over this. I did a couple zhuzhes there. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you on the next one.